Alexa Bliss's WWE return has been cancelled, plus scrapped plans for AEW Dynamite last night. We'll talk about them. And a major title change took place on Dynamite last night too. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling news right now. We were gearing up to see the goddess back. Is that her hand gesture?
It's a hand.
Did she do a thing with her hand? It's been that long since I've seen her. Can't remember. We were gearing up to see Alexa Bliss back on our screens, but apparently, Andrew, not the case.
Yeah, PW Insider reports plans for Alexa Bliss's expected WWE return are currently off the table. WWE Creative has been told to put all plans for Alexa Bliss on hold indefinitely. Now, according to PW Insider, Alexa Bliss was planned to be part of Raw in San Jose a few weeks back, beginning part of the White Six storyline. However, all plans were reportedly cancelled right before the event. PW Insider say that creative wasn't an issue and Alexa Bliss was ready to make a return, but WWE pulled all plans indefinitely just before her return. It's reported that the White Six will continue forward without Alexa Bliss being involved.
PW Insider also adds, one source believed it may be a contract issue. Additional sources spoken to claimed to not know what the issue could be. They also say there are no plans for Alexa Bliss to be part of the Royal Rumble. Basically, anything that they had in mind for Alexa Bliss, not in mind anymore.
It's bizarre because obviously as well, you know, here PW Insider saying she was planned to be part of the Raw in San Jose a few weeks back, and then was it last week that we got the news out of the blue in that little promo that the Wyatt Six were getting moved to SmackDown as well?
Yeah.
Karrion Kross just like, looks like they've moved to SmackDown. And
Yeah.
It's just like,
And that's the end of that storyline, said Karrion Kross. Yeah, really weird, sudden pivot on the Wyatt Six stuff, not only with them moving to SmackDown, but also, as we're hearing here, without Alexa Bliss being part of it. And I feel like Alexa Bliss would have been another one of those really lovely bridges between Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt Six.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
But apparently we won't see it now.
Yeah, which, well, I mean, maybe we will do down the line. Again, as PW Insider adds, like, sources saying that they're not really sure what the issue could be. But I hope we do see her again soon, though. It feels like it's been...
It's been a
hot minute, but there's been so many times, hasn't there, within that hot minute that we've been like, hey, she's coming back. Oh, she's gearing up for this. And then things just get sort of pulled out from underneath. So, yeah, remains to be seen.
We will keep an eye on that one at cultaholic.com. Also, speaking of things that were binned off, bad weather led to a return match being cancelled on Dynamite last night. We were meant to see Samoa Joe back in the ring after he returned the prior week. He was going to go one-on-one with Nick Wayne. However, flight cancellations brought on by inclement weather led to Samoa Joe's return match being postponed until, according to Tony Khan's Twitter, a future date. Joe and the Patriarchy both absent from last night's show, again, due to travel issues getting in.
Boo, bad weather.
Boo, bad weather.
Going into business for itself, which is a shame.
The ultimate heel in wrestling is bad weather. But before Dynamite cameras went on air, we had a debut from a former TNA star.
Yeah, we did. A former TNA Digital Media Championship. Do you remember that one? And tag team champion Crazy Steve made his debut for AEW last night. He competed in a dark match against Serpentico. He didn't win. He was on the losing end of the match, but he was well received by the loud crowd and reportedly looked good in the match as well, which doesn't surprise me in the slightest, to be honest.
He's incredible. A guy who is legally blind.
Yes.
Who really made a name for himself and a character and a persona for himself in TNA. I'm glad to see him getting a shine. I feel like we've barely scratched the surface with what a character like Crazy Steve can be.
He was doing really cool stuff as well in TNA, right? In like 2023 when he was doing some of the Decay stuff as well, and he had the mask and the presentation where he'd like pull half of the mask off. I thought it looked really good. Yeah, again, he's just for having something such as, you know, the blindness and everything like that, and for what he can do, he's unbelievably good.
Very, very much so. Looking ahead to next month for AEW, we got Grand Slam Australia, Billabong, Waltzing Matilda, etc. For the first time ever, we're going to see a tag team match ever. Yeah, we've never had a tag team match before.
I've never seen one in my life.
What is this? What's this
tag team
There's
match?
4 men in the ring. Not the first ever tag match, obviously. That is a silly thing. It's Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. They almost came to blows last night. Very intense bit on Dynamite between those two, but united in their detest of the Don Callis family. And this has led to a tag match being announced, a dream tag match, if you will, with Kenny Omega teaming with Will Ospreay to take on Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher.
Oh my God, the chemistry for these people, sort of even just in singles matches, like with Will and Kyle and Takeshita and Kenny, but like all 4 of them together. Oh my God. And I thought it was a really strong way to open up Dynamite last night. I thought it was brilliant, very chaotic. But it also, as you said, they almost came to loggerheads at the start, which to me teases that obviously they've got things to resolve themselves once the Callis family stuff is out of the way, which is exciting.
I wonder whether you open Grand Slam with that match.
Oh, you are teasing me, sir.
And maybe main event with the other match they've announced, which is Mariah May defending the AEW Women's World title against Toni Storm.
So it could very well open the match if there's only 2 matches on the card.
Yeah, that may just be
maybe 50-50 chance.
Don't worry, AEW will book 97 matches the night before. It's fine. That's how we like it. Speaking of matches, another tag match. You know this thing that we just discovered here, the tag team match?
Tag team match. Was there another one?
Apparently, there is also belts that you can win.
This is unbelievable news to me.
To prove that you're the best tag team.
Wow. What should we tell the people? Who?
No.
Now have... No, okay.
No, we shan't.
Thanks, everybody. No,
Stay
we'll
safe.
tell everybody because I feel like a lot of people will be happy about this. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin are the new AEW Tag Team Champions. They defeated Private Party last night on Dynamite. Valiant effort by the champs, but the Hurt Syndicate, they're just too bloody good. Zayn Quinn went over absolutely clean. Got a lot of German suplexes and spears for their troubles en route to said title change.
This is Bobby Lashley's first title since 2022. And this is Shelton's first title since 2021. The last title he held was a tag title in the Hurt Business with Cedric Alexander.
Matt, he just continues to look so good, does Shelton Benjamin, in every single match that he's had since coming to AEW. As I mentioned earlier, some people will be happy. I was quite sad that Private Party maybe didn't get enough to do with those tag team championships because it felt like a big deal when they won them, and maybe they didn't do enough with them. That's not the fault of through the fault of them though, but I'm happy to see Shelton Benjamin with a championship, and Bobby Lashley, of course, as well.
It was a really good result. Good to see Bobby and Shelton winning tag titles in AEW. Some great matches on the show last night, and a finish that just involved chaos and the Death Riders and stuff. But hey, if you like your pro wrestling with a brilliant undercard and the heel faction constantly running in the main event, then why not listen to this week's episode of the Cultaholic Classic Nitro Review? Myself and Sam Driver watching every episode of Nitro from its very beginning to its bitter end or ours. It's a brand new episode waiting for you. If you are a Patreon, as a thank you, there's a video version waiting for you as well, and an ad-free audio version as well. I know.
You treat the people well.
I do, don't I? That is on our Patreon, along with the WTF moments from every pay-per-view, and punishments back as well with the ill behaviour. Something big being cooked up for the Royal Rumble, I understand.
Well, I hope so.
Well, have you? I've heard.
I completely forgot that Rumble was as soon as it was, and that punishment would be on the line. So I am excited.
Not based on what I've heard. You shouldn't be.
Dear.
For the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Kiss.
I love you. Bye.